Hey, welcome back to Roasty Mike. Today we're working on that very same 1215 model PS4 that I did the very professional power supply repair on in the last video. Since that point I have dropped in a new power supply and got it turned on, new hard drive installed, operating system installed. Everything is working fine up to the point of actually getting a disk into the optical drive, which is where we're running into a problem. It's not accepting disks, so we're going to need to break this thing open and figure out what this mechanical error actually is. So let's flip the camera and take a look. Okay, so here we are, all plugged up. Still not super clean, but plugged up. And the first thing I want to show you, just to demonstrate the problem, is when you turn it on, the optical drive makes a real mechanical and not good repetitive sound. It's almost like it's searching for a disk that it thinks is there, but it's not finding. So it'll just do it over and over again until it gives up. That's usually right around the time that the console is fully booted anyway. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you being unable to actually get a disk in, and that should fully demonstrate the problem that we're looking at here. Okay, so you see the clicking sound. It's kind of disconcerting. And now the optical drive it is absolutely not taking it. You would expect these rollers to kick in and start bringing this disk in, but it's not. It's running into something. We'll have to open it up and take a look. Okay, first thing, we want to remove the hard drive, which, yes, for those viewers that were wondering what was going on here, no, I don't have a caddy. The console didn't come with one. I didn't know that, but I'll get a cheap caddy somewhere. But yeah, this is just a piece of cork I had in there to wedge the solid state drive in. And it is liberated. And now we've got the optical drive all on its own. Let's see if there's anything that immediately jumps out at us. Well, this mechanism looks like it's working roughly, and the rollers look like they're in place. So what's going on here? Guess we need to get into this top section here. Okay, that was a frustrating few minutes. But here's what I'm seeing as an update here. It looks like the rollers, the infamous PS4 disc rollers that bring the drive in, or bring the disc in rather. They look like they're in place, right? There's the two rollers and then the middle pin here. But when you go to push your disc in, it looks like the disc, I don't know if I can catch this on camera or not, but let me see if I can get the angle right. There you go. The disc is running into the rollers as if the rollers are in the way. And I'm guessing that these rollers must be designed to pop up to lock a disc into place whenever a disc is in and being read and being used. So I don't know why they are locked in that spot, but I'm gonna have to keep tinkering around to see what I can do to get them to go back down so we can get a disc to come in, because otherwise it seems like the disc drive itself is fine. Okay, so I think I was wrong. The rollers are working. It's bringing the drive in. Mechanically speaking, I mean, it's bringing the drive in, it's doing what it should. If the gears would turn, it gets the disc into where it needs to be, which should be over top of the optical drive. And so forth. So again, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Although I think I had there we go. I think I have the disc upside down, not that it matters right now. So I'm not sure. Maybe the motor's broken, and if the motor's broken, then this particular gear is not going to turn, and then the whole mechanism isn't going to work. So if that's the case, do I need a new motor? Do I need a whole optical drive? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a bit, get some of the dust out. So I do vaguely remember this disc spindle portion popping off. So I'm wondering if this might be part of the problem. This was stuck up here. I'm not sure where the optical sled is actually supposed to be, and I know I'm probably not supposed to be moving this manually either, but I'm just going to move it back here to get out of the way. And I want to say that maybe this is supposed to be here. Or did this pop out? Okay, folks, I think I got this figured out now. I was suspicious earlier about this part right here, which is the magnet of the that holds the optical disc into place. It shouldn't just be sitting there on its own. It needs to drop in from somewhere to hold the disc into place. So it being right there, number one, was super weird. I think it had to have been the result of some sort of force that broke the disk drive mechanically. So what it's actually supposed to look like is any other optical drive, right? You have a CD player or what have you, right? The disk sits on top of this portion right here. And then once it's been locked into place, the magnet drops down and holds that disk. So there's no possible way it could work if you find it and then put it back together with the magnet sitting on top like that. So then the next question becomes, okay, if that's wrong, where does this need to be? And that question is a little bit more curious. I believe that this magnet, which is grooved, you see this little almost spool looking setup here. It should go, I suspect, in these teeth. But how am I going to get this thing back in there to be dropped down without breaking the plastic setup here? So this could be disastrous. We will see. But I'm hoping I don't have to disassemble the entire thing to get this back on. Surely there's a way to make this go back in. Actually, as I'm playing around here, this is probably not easy to catch on camera here, but this bottom portion right here drops down whenever I do this part of the mechanics. So maybe I can leverage that to get this back in there. Oh, hey! I think that's it. Okay, so let's get this back together. Okay. And I mean, bare minimum, that should stop the disk from failing to install. Let's see here. I think I want to turn it around that way. There we go. Does everything look free and clear? Yeah. All right. buttoned up. Let's do test drive number 2. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. It's as if nothing is triggering the mechanical rollers to bring the disc in. So I'm wondering if the switch that those arms trigger when they expand when a disc is brought in is just not telling the motor to turn and bring the disc in. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to turn this off and get back into it. Do some testing on that. Okay, so I've got the disk drive back open, obviously, and I was preparing to start doing some resistance testing on the switches that trigger this one right here, that trigger in fact, let me zoom in on that for you. This switch right here, you see how it activates when the optical disc goes in to this, you know, horseshoe contraption. That switch is supposed to trigger the rollers to bring the optical disc in. So what I was going to do was come in and do some testing on that switch to see if maybe it's broken. But you eagle-eyed viewers out there are probably yelling at me saying, "You imbecile, quite clearly something is wrong." And it looks like this little ribbon cable came disconnected from this this board. So obviously with this switch being right here and this ribbon cable being disconnected, quite clearly that this board was not being powered or read or something. So I'm going to put it back together with keeping an eye and make sure I don't knock this ribbon cable out again. And I'm hoping that was the only problem. I think I don't know if that was always the problem or a contributing problem, or if that was something that I knocked out while fixing the original problem. So I don't know, but I'm going to get it buttoned back up and we're going to test it again. All right, so let's try this again. Millionth try is the charm. Well, it's not making that optical drive sound. That's cool. It's definitely different. Let's give it a try. Yes! Now we can watch Horton Hears a Who on the PlayStation 4. Most excellent. gonna have to hook this up. All right, just the last quick final test to make sure it's actually reading. I think we got Horton on the way. Okay, so what did we learn today? Editor Mike here. I'm going to pause the video because I made a long, incoherent attempt at explaining what happened, but suffice to say that with enough force, the BD-ROM spindle magnet can come loose, preventing disks from being pulled. And secondarily, triple check that all ribbon cables are connected, because you'll end up troubleshooting a phantom problem that doesn't really exist. Still not sure if that was me that did that, or if that was a problem that was already there that also needed to be fixed, but either way, you know, paying attention is key. So hey, thrilled it worked out. I'll have more work to do on this. I need to install the hard drive tray, and it really needs new thermal paste, and it needs a proper clean on the inside, and I'll do all that off camera. That's not interesting stuff, but I think this particular PS4 is done for videos. So thanks for watching.